Well, at some point in our lives, most of us struggle with the effects of anxiety. The stressors in our lives can manifest in ways that may require treatment without us even realizing it. Channel 2's Ron Plants tells us tonight why some mental health advocates are suggesting anxiety screenings for all of us.
It's much more common than we realize. According to experts, 40% of women and 1 in 4 men will suffer from an anxiety disorder at some point in their lives. The pandemic and its isolation factor, along with outright fear, were triggers. But now also political and social upheaval pushed by always-on social media, violence, economic insecurity, or just emotional turmoil for some reason in our lives. A health guidelines panel called the U.S. Preventive Services Task Force now suggests regular anxiety screenings, just like recommended annual physical checkups.
If your primary care doctor just asks you questions like, are you having problems sleeping? Are you fearful of going out into crowds? If you have those like basic screening tools, those answers can lead to further questions and better treatment options.
Obviously, there's still that mental health stigma issue, but we're definitely not alone in trying to cope with anxiety.
So more and more people are living with fear and anxiety and, just like heightened levels of uncertainty. And so what ends up happening is the thing that I sometimes am afraid of is that people have a tendency to either deny those feelings, they don't talk about those feelings, or they do things to self-medicate we've seen a higher rate of alcohol use during the pandemic. And as a response to people's higher levels of anxiety, there's been a lot more drug use. There's been a higher number of opioid deaths.
Part of the issue, though, how to get an appointment with a good counselor, therapist, psychologist, or even psychiatrist if you need it.
And in our community, it is difficult at times to find the treatment options that people need. But we have a lot of resources in our community.
Ron Plants, Channel 2 News.
All right, Ron, and for more help, you can check out the Mental Health Advocates of Western New York organization online. There's even a confidential do-it-yourself anxiety screening tool. We have a link to that posted in this story on WGRZ.com.